Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I will be discussing about the SARS-CoV-2 vaccine. In SARS-CoV-2 vaccine, today's topic is why the gap between two doses of Covishield has been increased. Okay, earlier it was around 8 weeks, but 2 to 3 days ago ICMR increased the dose gap between, that is the gap between two doses, to 12 weeks to 16 weeks. Okay, so this raises many questions. Some thought that this is a ploy to show that we need more gap between two doses as there is shortage of vaccine. So to compensate the shortage of vaccine, the gap between two doses has been increased. But this is actually not the fact. There is science behind this change in the protocol of vaccination. Okay, actually a few days ago BMJ, that is British Medical Journal, published an article where they mentioned that if the gap between two doses in case of AstraZeneca Covishield vaccine is increased, then the efficacy of the vaccine increases. If the gap between two doses increase to 12 to 6 weeks, then the efficacy increases from around 75% to around 80 plus 80%. So the efficacy increases. Now you may ask why this is the case. Actually, to understand this, let's first understand what is the Covishield vaccine. Now Covishield is a vector based vaccine. A vector based vaccine means that the vaccine uses a vector which is a different kind of virus, in which the scientists put specific portion of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. This SARS-CoV-2 virus specific portion is put into a vector which is then inserted into our body as a vaccine. Okay, so suppose this is the structure of the vector. Okay, now the vector in case of Covishield is a chimpanzee adenovirus. This adenovirus consists of its own genome, but in between its own genome the scientists have also inserted a specific portion or specific genomic portion of the coronavirus, that is SARS-CoV-2. So suppose this is the genetic portion of the adenovirus, and in between it the scientists have inserted this portion which is the SARS-CoV-2 portion. Okay, SARS-CoV-2 portion, which portion? The portion which codes for spike proteins. Okay, so the portion of the SARS-CoV-2 genome which codes for the spike proteins is inserted into a chimpanzee adenovirus and made it into an recombinant adenovirus. Okay, so the recombinant adenovirus, or small r AD. Now this recombinant adenovirus consists of both the genome of the adenovirus as well as the genome of the SARS-CoV-2 which codes for the spike proteins. Now when we enter this is the vaccine. When we enter this portion into our body as vaccine, then it produces two things. Okay, what? First, it produces the main purpose of the vaccine is to produce antibodies, that is specific antibodies and memory cells against the SARS-CoV-2. Okay, so as this vaccine enters into our body, the SARS-CoV-2 spike proteins are formed. As the SARS-CoV-2 spike proteins are formed, this leads to the production of specific antibodies and memory cell. Okay, against what? Against the SARS-CoV-2. Okay, so this is the SARS-CoV-2 or corona antibodies. that are produced in our body, which is the main purpose of the vaccine, to produce antibodies against the coronavirus. Okay, but a different thing is also formed, that is the antibodies against this adenovirus. As this adenovirus is also a virus which is foreign to our body, so the antibodies will also be formed against the adenovirus, just like the antibodies are formed against the spike proteins of coronavirus, the antibodies of adenovirus will also be produced. So antibodies of what? Adenovirus. Okay, so the antibodies of adenovirus are also formed, as well as the antibodies for the coronavirus. Okay, now we know that these antibodies remain in our body for around 3 to 4 months. Okay, so the antibodies produced against both the adenovirus as well as against the spike proteins will remain for around 3 to 4 months, and the memory cells against the spike proteins will remain for longer period. Now what we were doing previously, we were inserting this adenovirus as the recombinant adenovirus containing the spike protein as vaccine for both dose 1 and dose 2. In dose 1, suppose at 0 time we insert this recombinant vaccine, and this vaccine produces both type of antibodies. Now after around 8 weeks, when we insert dose 2, so suppose dose 1 at 0 week, then when we insert dose 2 at 8 week, then there is a slight problem. What is the problem? At around 8 weeks after insertion of the first dose, both types of antibodies are present, as it has been only around 2 months. 8 weeks means 2 months. So the antibodies for both the coronavirus as well as the adenovirus is present. Now when we take the second dose of the vaccine containing the same adenovirus and the spike proteins, the adenovirus, that is the dose 2 adenovirus, recombinant adenovirus, will come in contact with what? The antibodies against the adenovirus produced during the first dose. So the antibodies that are already present, which were formed during the insertion of the dose 1 of the adenovirus, attack these second dose adenoviruses. As a result, the adenoviruses get killed. Now when the adenovirus is killed, then the adenovirus containing the spike proteins will also not be expressed in our body, and thus the dose 2 spike proteins will not be formed in our body. As a result, no more antibodies will be formed as much as it was formed during the dose 1. So this reduces the efficacy. Why? As during dose 2 the same adenovirus is introduced into our body, the adenovirus interacts with the antibodies of the adenovirus which were inserted during the first dose, and as the antibodies interact with the adenovirus of the second dose, they kill the adenoviruses of the second dose. As a result, no spike proteins are formed in our body during the dose 2, and thus the pool of antibody against coronavirus is reduced, leading to less efficacy. Okay, now if we increase the time or the gap between dose 1 and dose 2 to 12 to 16 weeks, that is 3 to 4 months, right? This 3 to 4 months, what it causes? During this 3 to 4 months, when the second dose of adenovirus as vaccine is introduced, then what happen? When after 3 to 4 months the antibodies are not there in our body, because the antibodies in our body survive for around 3 to 4 months. So after 4 months the antibodies are usually 3 to 4 months the antibodies are usually not present. What are the antibodies? The antibodies against the adenovirus are not present at this moment during in our body. So as there is no more antibodies against the adenovirus, thus the second dose adenoviruses cannot be attacked by the antibodies produced against the first dose adenoviruses. As the antibodies produced in the first dose adenoviruses are not present after 3 to 4 months, so the second dose adenoviruses survive. As a result, the adenoviruses in second dose containing the spike proteins express, leading to production of more antibodies in our body. As a result, if the gap between the two doses of Covishield is increased to 3 to 4 months, then the chances of production of more antibodies is high. As a result, the efficacy is more, that is more than 80%. So the efficacy increases if we increase the gap between the two doses of the Covishield vaccine. So today we have understood about how Covishield works and why the gap between two doses of Covishield is needed to be increased. If you like my channel, then please subscribe and share, and don't forget to get vaccinated. Thank you.